Warning, the following presentation contains cold, hard truths that might change the way you think. Viewer discretion won't do you any good now.
You know, I thought Starfield forced me to make some really tough decisions. But forget that. How am I going to decide between Tifa and Aerith? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was the gaming equivalent of Sin from Final Fantasy X. It's big, it's bloated, and it has this weird city on its back. Or in its butt? I don't know. It's no secret that I was pleased with this game's predecessor, the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I believe the word I used to describe it was magical, and I really appreciated the fun combat, the respect it showed the original, and the exciting new additions to the story. 7 Rebirth took all of those things, put them into a rocket, and shot it straight to the moon. A moon made of crack rock. On one hand, this is one of the most impressive games I've ever played. It's like a million games in one, and it's just a mind-blowing JRPG. On the other hand, what the fuck is this game? The developers of this game must have smoked some serious Japanese THC alternatives. They went insane with the minigames. Final Fantasy has always had minigames. They usually kick ass. But sometimes there would be a few that were so hard or undesirable that you just knew you'd never beat it, and you were okay with that. Here, it's like they took that notion and just went, ho ho ho. The amount of minigames in this game is incalculable. It's to the point where if I didn't play the original, I would think this game's story is minigames. Obviously, some are great. The Golden Saucer stuff is all pretty solid, but that's like 1% of the total minigames. I get that the original game may have even been known for its minigames by some people, but it's like they took that notion and just went, oh. There is way too much Queen's blood. We get it. You're proud of your little card trick. So are we. By the time I got to this thing, I was like, guys, please stop. Please, just leave me alone. I did not care for this game's open world exploration and most of the activities therein. And I am not the only one. Countless people have pointed out that there's too much bullshit in this game, and that the open world aspect had problems. And I'm not trying to stir up any controversy, but I don't know. 0 negative reviews? Not even one mixed review? Really? So you liked this? Really? How about this? You liked this mission? I want every critic that reviewed this game to take a polygraph test and tell me that this part didn't make you want to throw yourself out of a high window. I mean, I don't think that this game is overrated. It's just underhated. All that being said, I fucking loved this game. I know, you probably think I sound unhinged, but I have so many feelings about this game that in order to show the true extent of my experience, we need to do a walkthrough review, where I go through the entire game from beginning to end, reviewing random things that pop up, skipping a lot of shit in between, which will hopefully form a solid, honest review. I haven't even been playing for a minute and I'm already annoyed. What is the system section of the main menu? This is the main menu, Square Enix. Get your terminology straight. The beginning of this game is told in the most confusing way possible. It starts with Zack's alternate reality, then we go right into the flashback. We have no idea where we are currently in the story. I hate parts in games that make you limp or crawl. This is just a waste of game time. At least let me mash the button to go faster. Oh, fuck you. Wow. You know, I just might be getting my $70 worth after all. It took me a good 10 minutes to figure out what was going on during this part. It says put distance between you and calm. Then why is it the destination? This is gonna be a rough journey, you guys. I like that you can change a lot more settings now. It's very customizable compared to Remake. Traversal is some of the best in any Final Fantasy game, but still terrible for an open world game. I'm feeling like some of the menu language is confusing. You see, there's view objective on map, and then view objective from map. I don't like it. I have no real reason not to like it, but I don't like it.
What the?
Wow, this game just took a giant mushroom trip. Only in Final Fantasy can you go from Sephiroth murdering people to this. That's why I love this series. Oh, it's Chocobo Bill. Wait, is that Sid from 15 in disguise?
You'll find an abandoned building by the dock. I guarantee no one will bother you there.
What are you implying, Bill? You know, I could kill you and no one would know about it. Now, there are actually people who thought this game didn't look that good or wasn't a good example of PS5 hardware. I will take credit away where credit is not due, but this game looked amazing. The combat in this game is way more complex than that of Final Fantasy XVI, but that game's combat actually felt better. It was precise and responsive. This is just a mess sometimes, but I like that the two stand on their own. I don't have much to say about the Folio skill tree. In fact, I don't see how anyone could. Final Fantasy has beat these things to death, and I still don't think they ever did it better than the Sphere Grid. I know, I need to move on. Although I gotta say, the item crafting feature is a very nice touch. Not something I would have ever asked for, but if you're playing on normal, it's totally essential. And it's just fun to have little research projects going in the background. Okay, do not select restart from checkpoint. I just lost a ton of progress. Okay, fuck you. It was around this time that it started to feel like this game is trying its hardest not to have a story. Although I can't say I truly care. I mean, look at this. Now this is a story. I think it's so great that they brought back the Andrea Rodea dance-off minigame, but this time injected it into the Shinra March. This gives me real DDR vibes.
Listen up.
We will dance, and we will dance, and it will be a revolution. Why are our heroes so excited to win this commendation? I thought they hated Shinra. What's happening? Did this game get so caught up in minigames that it forgot what the story is? Because I sure did. This game really does not care how weird it is. I also love that the 7 remakes are really owning all the funniest aspects of the original. All the stuff that you thought they'd be embarrassed about, they're just doubling down on all of it. Even the old blocky graphics. They even owned that. I really did not care for this. This is just a terrible version of Rocket League, which is already terrible. You know, I'm noticing there are a lot of caves in this game. Like, a lot. What is this? Cave Story Rebirth? What? That was a good joke. But any game that can go from this right to this has got to be worth some attention. The Dine part was always my favorite moment in the original game, and they pretty much did it the ultimate justice. You have the Dine and Barrett story, which is totally heartbreaking and amazing, the epic boss fight with Dine, then the battle with Palmer that's just plain fun, and then a great minigame with Barrett that actually enhances his story in that moment. Okay, what is this? I'm trying to bring the buggy back to this area. Is this working or not? I can't even tell. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like Cloud is just kind of unlikable in this game. I don't know, he just gets possessed by Sephiroth. Makes him seem like kind of a bitch. And I'm supposed to root for this weak-minded fool? But let's talk about one of the coolest parts in Final Fantasy history. Cosmo Canyon.
It was from its soil, so teeming with life, that mankind was born.
I think how deeply you understand this storyline fully depends on how many shrooms you've taken in your lifetime.
I fell into the life stream. Feelings of kindness washed over me. Long forgotten.
Oh my
memories
God.
came flooding back.
This entire game is a metaphor for shrooms. My God, this part is beautiful. Now, the Barret and Red 13 portion is another major highlight. Out of all the parts where the party was forced to split up, this was definitely the least annoying. The moment with Red's father was really nicely recreated, and the way they expanded on the Gi tribe was one of the coolest surprises of the game. I think the game should have had more areas like this. This is awesome. I feel like I'm playing Agony, but slightly less agonizing. Is it just me, or does it feel like certain ropes can be climbed and certain ones can't? Wait, what is that? I'm really sorry, but that actually looks like I am on shrooms. Holy shit. Okay, I'm done. I promise. I'm sorry. This is probably starting to affect ad revenue. Now, when this Kate Sith part first started, I was feeling it. Kind of reminded me of Banjo-Kazooie, but in a good way this time. But then they had to go totally overboard with this box throwing. I got the idea like 17 hours ago, you guys. Okay, what is this? What's happening? This is worse than the crawling. Oh my God. I feel like a kidney stone slowly passing through my urethra. Can you Venmo me for the broken coffin? Yeah, sure. Let's talk about the gold saucer date portion of the game. I think it's pretty generic to try to get a date with Tifa. You shallow, superficial motherfuckers. I'm an Aerith man myself. She's got a great personality. She has a lot of great qualities. Tifa is annoying. Always nagging me about how I don't remember shit. It's like, all right, Mom. Jeez. Just let me smoke my weed. Who cares if I don't know nothing? Anyway, so I wanted a date with Aerith, and guess who came knocking on my door? Oh yeah.
You surprised me at first. You were just like him. Whenever I looked at you, I saw him.
You know, you're talking an awful lot about your ex. Like, comparing me to him? Kind of a red flag. Now, at this point, I could beat the game, but I'm a compulsive gamer, and I'm gonna try to do as much of the side content as I can. As for the Neeble Chocobo minigame, I was warned about this beforehand, so it wasn't too soul-crushing for me. I just think that Chocobo sucks to use. This thing makes absolutely no sense. It completely defies science. Another thing I just realized is that as I'm writing this, my text app keeps auto-correcting Chocobo to Chocoholic. I'm sorry. That is not a more common word than Chocobo. Damn it, it's still doing it. Yeah, they're really trolling me with these side quests. Actually, this is pretty cute, I'm not gonna lie. Ugh. This game has way too much Bethesda mountain climbing. I'm wasting too much time trying to chase these icons. Like, is there something wrong with me? I don't even know where I'm why am I here? It's bad enough that there even are all these icons to chase. Why did they have to make it as annoying as possible to reach them? God, there's so much content left. I definitely got the idea after the first 3 continents. I don't know. Alright, fuck it. I'm gonna try to knock out some of these Moogle things. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my god, I hate this. This is terrible. This is terrorism. What do you even get from this? Oh, great. I already have most of this shit. That's it. I gotta get some aggression out. Oh yeah. Yeah, that felt good. Okay, you know what? Just one more. Yeah, I need something good to happen here, so let's just go beat the game. You know that'll be cool. Whoa! What is this Game of Thrones thing all of a sudden? That scared the crap out of me. It was like I just took a hit of salvia or something.
There's no such thing as forever.
But there will be.
Now that'll make your head spin.
When will then be now? Soon.
You know, just like with Remake, all the dungeon crawling moments in this game felt pretty dragged out. And this final temple really says it like it is. If this was on PS1, this whole part would be 4 discs. I love the suspense here, but it's like I was on the edge of my seat. Now I don't know what's happening. I'm like floating away from my seat, not knowing if I'm gonna fall or not. In terms of the final battle, they give you every possible thing that fans would want here. Cloud fights Sephiroth. Everybody fights Sephiroth. Cloud and Zack fight Sephiroth. Cloud and Aerith fight Sephiroth. Cloud, Dilbert, and Nate from 6 Feet Under fight Sephiroth. This is just unbelievably epic. We've been waiting years to see if they're gonna kill Aerith again or not. And it's like, is he gonna do it? Is he doing it? Oh shit. Ah, fuck, he actually did it. I gotta say, this was an incredible ending. Between the 2 games, this whole thing was just like, oh, so you thought this was gonna be the same story as the original, huh?
It is.
But if I was rating this game on just the story, I'd say it's pretty close to perfect. Sure, a lot of the game is spent doing random things that make you forget what the story even is, but somehow the right stuff shines through thanks to great dialogue and character moments. And as with Remake, all the best moments are the ones that do something new. I think the only real sag point here is the atrocious open world design. Get these stinking icons off my screen. I'm not here for that. Yet I am still blown away by this game. How could you not be? If this is the peak of the trilogy, I can definitely call it a success. Now if they can scale it back a bit for the 3rd chapter, maybe land somewhere in between this and the first one, that could be the best one yet. Until then, I think Square Enix deserves to keep their Golden Scrotum Award, because this game definitely had balls. Thanks for watching. Wait a minute. If you told me you could unlock outfits for beating the game, I would have done it 2 months earlier. Give me back that award. You don't deserve this.